what felt like a 2-year waiting period, the NBA season finally kicked off last night, and the Memphis Grizzlies are on a historic pace. Experts are already talking about how Memphis is on pace to win 82 games this regular season, finishing with an 82-0 record for the first time in NBA history. What's up, guys? Rusty Buckets with the Insider Insights here. 3 things that stood out to me last night. First of all, Zach Edey is a good basketball player. Yeah, last night wasn't his best showing. He looked much better in Summer League. He looked much better in the preseason. But NBA regular season games are a different speed and a different type of animal, right? We saw him in his first professional game body Walker Kessler. Big boards, finishing, I think, with 15 points, 13 rebounds, had a great first game. Kessler got the best of him last night. I just think the moment was really big. The adrenaline was too high. You could see he was nervous as a cat on a hot tin roof, as my grandfather would say. And it just showed in his play. Zach Edey is going to be fine. It's one game. The speed of a regular season game, it just got to him. He looked a step behind last night, but I didn't see anything to me that's concerning saying, oh, I don't know that Zach Edey is going to be able to do it. Calm down, Memphis. It was one game. A net -5 is not terrible. 5 points, 5 boards, fouled out early in the fourth quarter, which kudos to Taylor Jenkins, allowing him to foul out. We've seen all too many times, him yanking Jaren too soon. The late game rotation was still an issue with Ja sitting beside him for most of the fourth quarter, but we're 1-0, so we'll take it, and we're not going to complain too much about it. Number 2, Jalen Wells is going to be a star for this team. Look, he finished 2 for 5 with 6 points last night, but those shots were smooth. He covered the floor well on defense. It felt like every time we needed a little poke away or somebody in the passing lane, there'd be zero popping in and knocking the ball away. For a rookie, he played really well last night. The game didn't look too big, and he didn't get swallowed up last night. He moved well off the ball, through screens, setting screens, moving in this motion offense, and looked the part of why we drafted him. He might be that next great steal, man. He had an awesome game last night. Summer Santi. Santi is back, baby. He is playing for that big boy contract. You know, he's trying to earn a spot on this team for sure. And 27 points last night will go a long way for that. One off his career high, helping us to beat the Jazz last night by 2. Look, I mean, we needed every bit of Santi last night, and he stepped up in a major way from after missing his first 2 threes, bearing 5 of his next 6. Couldn't miss there in the first half for a stretch. Felt like every time we got down the court, we needed a bucket. There was Santi in the corner, at the wing, on a cut. Like, Santi had a massive game last night. Exclaim with an exclamation point when he did that one-handed oop dunk, and all of us were surprised, right? The FanDuel Sports Network called him going to the bench going, oh, my God. And I was like, you know, same, Santi. That's all of us right now after that dunk. But Santi looked the truth last night. It was a great team win. It was an ugly game. There was we shot 32. They shot 45 free throws. That's 77 free throws. That is terrible. And the refs really dictated the pace of that game, and it made it slow and sluggish, which is tough considering the motion offense we want to run in Memphis. You know, we'll figure out how to work around that. Hopefully the referee whistle will loosen a little bit, because it was not a great entertaining product last night. It felt like every time there'd be some momentum and the game would start flowing, boom, whistle would go, boom, whistle would go. And it was just a tough night for fouls. But Memphis did what they had to do. They weathered the Lauri Markkanen storm. They stepped up when Walker Kessler was having a good night. Keontae George had a weird game last night, finishing 3 for 18 with 12 points. Colin Sexton felt like he could do a lot of what he needed to get to the rim. All that matters is that Memphis won. We'll work the kinks out. We've got 81 more games to do that with. But all that matters here on this Friday morning is your Memphis Grizzlies are 1-0. You can't win them all if you don't win the first one. And there's no style points in basketball. Thankfully, we got off on a winning way. Memphis is going to continue. Next game is Friday night against the Houston Rockets. We play at Houston before coming home for that home opener on Saturday.